Hello friends, this is Navini Seri. Today I am explaining the inter-process communication using a pipe under the guidance of Professor u.p.Kulkarni. Let's see some introduction about the pipe. What is pipe? In a computer programming, especially in Unix operating system, pipe is a technique for passing information from one program process to the another. It means pipe is basically a buffer where a block of data into the file descriptor. There are two ends of the pipe, one for the reading and one for the writing. Data communication takes place in between the related processes. Next is some features of the pipe. Unlike other forms of inter-process communication, pipe is a one-way communication only. Basically, a pipe passes a parameter such as the output of one process to another process which accepts as an input. The system temporarily holds the piped information until it is read by the receiving processes. Using a Unix shell, pipe is specified in a command line as a simple vertical bar between the two command sequences. The output of or result of the first command sequences is used as the input to the second command sequences. The pipe system call is used in a similar way within a program. Conceptually, two processes connected with a pipe look like this. Processes 1 and processes 2 communication takes place through the pipe. Both P1 and P2 executes concurrently and P1 passes the data to the P2 as it executes. The pipe system call returns two file descriptors, the one for writing to the pipe and the another for reading from the pipe. Using the respective file descriptor, one can use the read or write system call for reading from or writing to a pipe just like a file. This program shows there are two tasks, one for writing the data to the pipe and another for reading the data from the pipe. Next, see some system calls used by the pipe for inter-process communication. First is the pipe system call. To create a simple pipe with a C, we make use of a pipe system call. It takes a single argument, which is an array of two integers, and if successful, the array will contain a two new file descriptor to be used for the pipeline. This is the syntax of the pipe. It takes the argument as a file descriptors for array of two integers. Parameters are file descriptor 0 for the read end of the pipe. File descriptor 1 will be the write end of the pipe. It returns a 0 on a success, -1 on an error. Next is the sleep system call. If a successful pauses the program execution for the specified number of seconds and returns a 0. If unsuccessful, returns the number of seconds remaining to sleep. It is the syntax of the sleep system call. It takes the argument as a seconds. Next is the close system call. It closes the designated file, returns the 0 if successful, -1 if unsuccessful. It is the syntax of the close system call. It takes the argument as a old file descriptor. Next is the read system call. Reads the number of bytes from the file, old file descriptor into array buffer, returns the number of bytes, read if successful, and returns a -1 if unsuccessful. It is the syntax of the read file descriptor. It takes the 3 arguments, old file descriptor, buffer, and number of bytes. Next is the write system call. Write number of bytes to a file, new file descriptor for array buffer, returns the number of bytes, read if successful, returns the -1 if unsuccessful. It is the syntax of the write file descriptor. It takes the 3 arguments. One is the new file descriptor, buffer, and number of bytes. Next, C program demonstrate the pipe. This program explains the inter-process communication between the 2 related processes, means parent and child processes. Pipe cannot use for the unrelated processes. Some explanation about this program. These are the list of header files supported for the inclusion of a fork and a pipe system calls. Next, this statement is help for creating an array of 2 integers, and I create an integer for get a return value from the fork system call, and this statement is helps for what is the content to be passed from a parent to the child through the buffer. Next, this statement will help for the creation of the pipe. It takes the argument as a pipe file descriptor. This already created the pipe. This is helps for array of 2 integers now passed to the pipe system call. Then this statement will create the child processes. This will now return the 2 values. One is greater than 0 and the other is equal to 0. Greater than 0 is for the parent and equal to 0 is for the child. This program contains a 2 part. First part of the program contains the parent processes information, and next second part contains the child processes information. Then this statement will help for cleaning the standard input line. If the buffer contains any data, it is cleaned by this statement. This statement confirms the process takes place in the parent and display the I am in a parent. Next, this statement will write the data to the buffer and pipe. One indicate the right end of the pipe, and hello Mr. Naveen is the string is passed to the pipe from the parent to the child. This 14 indicates that the size of the characters. The second part of the program is very easy. It consisting of the child information. Sleep statement will stop the child processes for the 5 seconds because parent write the data into the pipe. After 5 seconds, child processes reads the data from the parent processes. This statement cleaning the standard input line that could have had some data, so I flushed it. This statement, printf statement, confirms that the process is taking place at the child. Data already written, the right end can be read from here. Here pipe file descriptor 0 indicates that the read the data from the pipe through the read end. Buffer, whatever the data is present, it is read from this statement. Size of the buffer indicates the size of the data present in the buffer. The data is now read, but we need to display in the screen. For that purpose, we are keeping the data in the buffer. From buffer, we can write it to the display using this statement. This one indicates that the standard output, whatever the data is present in the buffer, it is displayed by using this statement. This program explains the data communication takes place by the parent and child processes. This is the parent processes part. Then the second one is the child processes part, where the data is read from the parent. Next, how to run this program? This program is run by the following commands. The first command create the python.c file. The second command compile the python.c file. This third command will display the output of the program. It is the output of the above program. Here you can see the output. First it display the I am a parent. The process is taking place at the parent. Then after 5 seconds it display the content of the pipe, which is read by the child processes. Hello Mr. Naveen is the data sent from the parent processes to the child processes. This will show how the inter-process communication takes place by the parent and the child processes through the pipe. Next, the pipe has some limitations. Those limitations are two processes must be running on the same machine. Two processes communicating must be related. They are half duplexes, only one direction data flow. Then next is the cannot be used for broadcasting. These are some limitations of the pipe. These are some references I have referred. Thank you everyone.